It is lunchtime and I reached into the cabinet to get me some refreshing Adam's peanut butter because that's the only kind you should eat, period. But look what happened. The noodles fell and I shut the door on there and caught them and they stayed. Like, do you know what kind of a mess that would make? That's amazing. Luckiest day of my life, Bon. We're going to Vegas. I bet I couldn't recreate that if I tried. You stay there. You guys, if I am stuttering over my words or just not knowing exactly how to do this right now, I feel like I'm out of the practice. I know how to make a today's task blog really, really well, but I have completely forgotten on how to, like, I don't know, just get random things done at the house anymore. I feel like that's just out of the norm. This is so weird having free time. But in my free time, I picked up this bad little boy. This is going to be the new today's task headquarters for my mobile workshop, putting all my tools where they can go, and this is going to be on site while we are building the new house. And I will show you this. I bought one particularly with a ramp on it so that, you know, in the event that, you know, Bonnie lets me buy a razor, you know, because I bought her a house. Maybe, I don't know, you know, in the event that that happens, I have a place that we can take it and use it, and this will fit all of the kids' little machine and my machine and even some tools. I did buy it used online, and right now is a horrific time to be buying anything in the recreational world. Four-wheelers, trailers, RVs, everything, they're ridiculously expensive. This trailer 2 years ago was probably half the price that it cost, but I feel like I got a good deal. I searched for a long time, and I don't know if you guys bargain shop for things, but sometimes that's half the fun. And when it comes to like four-wheelers and stuff like that, and this guy, that's half the fun. And the kids haven't seen it yet, so I'm excited to show them, but if you can look on the camera, it is sloping to the front really, really bad. So we need to actually level it up, and I want to show you this cool hitch that I got a couple years ago and why it's so useful. A couple years I got this hitch, and I know the owner, and he was real nice and hooked me up with one. But I want to show you the benefits of this hitch. This trailer is clearly sitting low and I need to raise it up. Other hitches, you have to take this all the way off and reset it. But check out this trick. I simply put a little take a little tension off the hitch until that pin comes out, and then I just keep raising it until it looks level and lines up with another hole. I'm gonna go look and see if that looks level. I bet it's pretty close. Let's go look. Oh, that is night and day difference. I'm not completely on level ground to begin with, but I like where that sits. I think that's actually good enough to begin with. So now I've just leveled my load and I can take this thing out to wherever we're going. Simple as that. If you're interested, I will leave a link for Rhino Hitch, the website, online. You guys can go check them out. They're pretty cool. Was I a lot more attracted to this trailer because it did have black wheels like my truck? Yeah, I did. I mean, come on, it's cute. It's good looking. And it's Bonnie approved, so that's all that matters.
So good, McCoy. He went to McCoy.
Boston Wade, today was so much fun. Okay, Boston begged me to bring Lady to school, and I didn't want to do it. Like, I'm like, Boston, I just don't have time. Like, oh, like I just don't want to do it. He was very insistent. And first of all, let me tell you, come here, Bossy. When I got to your classroom, your teacher told me, come here. She said, I hope that you tell Boston how special and how smart I think he is. So when we came out of first grade, it was really when they were starting to get heavy into like practicing reading, and Boston missed that because they canceled school. And so when you went into second grade, his math and his reading, he was one of the very lowest in the class. And she said that you worked so hard and that you are in the top 5 for both. And she said, I am so proud of Boston. And she said, he might have a pocket full of mischief. She's like, but he is so good. And it made me tear up because I was so happy to hear that about you. And then we showed Lady to your class. What did you think about that?
Good.
What? Tell me. The teacher gave you a microphone.
Yeah, and we just talked about ladies, and
we showed his class about all of her tricks. I think they liked it. Do you? Yeah, they loved her. And if you ever want to see a kids just wail and smile and squeal, walk down the school halls with a little tiny puppy. Oh my gosh, everyone was like, can I pet your puppy? Can I kiss her? Can she lick my face? Do you know what I noticed? Your teacher had that rose that you made her up on the board in front of the whole class. And she said, Boston's been telling me all about this new house you're gonna build, and he showed me pictures, and oh, she said he writes me love notes all the time. What kind of love notes do you write her? What do you tell her? She's older, she's a little bit older, and she's kind of strict. And she said, she said she was strict. That's a good thing. That's not, he was like, don't you talk about my teacher that way. It's a good thing. She said, I'm strict, but I don't hold a grudge. And that made me teary because I just thought, oh, you are such a good teacher. I've said this a million times. I respect and love teachers so much. I think they have very difficult jobs. What kind of love notes do you write her?
Every month, how it's like a spring or a holiday, I draw a picture.
Really? You need to give it to her?
Yeah.
Link, what outfit do you have on today?
Boston sweats.
Boston sweats. Come here, let me just see ya. So, did you roll the sleeve up so that people could see it?
No, then so Boston would know.
Oh, so Boston would know. Is that why you rolled your pants up? So he could.
No, that was right.
Oh, and whose shoes are these?
Boston.
Yeah, they're about 4 sizes too big for you.
Looks like something else, bud.
Remember when I warned you to go help our son get dressed?
This is with help. This is how good we got it.
Why did you let him keep the sweats on under his clothes? You at least have to roll your pants down, okay?
No.
Or, you know what? You know what? It's fine. It's fine.
You're in a day and age where you can do what you want.
Well, wow. I mean, that's just something else. This morning, Jill and I had an appointment to renew our life insurance policy. We have had life insurance since we had Olivia. Right after Olivia was born, Jill was like, I'm getting life insurance so that if anything happens to me, you'll be good for a little bit. And he's like, and same for me. He's like, if you were to die, he's like, how would I take care of Olivia and go to work? He's like, I don't want to be a burden on like family. He's like, so it's always been important for him to have money for like daycare or whatever for the kids if I were to pass away. So that first policy that he took out is about to expire, and so we're renewing it. I know that many people are not going to agree with what I'm about to tell you, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The lady walks into my house and I do not open the door unless I have lady sitting right here. I tell her, lady, sit. And then I watch her as I go open the door. And when I open the door, I like basically ignore who is ever at the door and I keep my eye on her and I tell her, good, stay, good, stay. And then I say, lady, come, depending on who's at the door, and I let her greet them. It's my way of teaching lady that she doesn't just run to the door every time the door rings or knocks, and she's not allowed to just jump on people when they come to the front door. I knew this lady was coming to the door. I saw her through the window, and she's a healthcare worker. I was not about to let my animal loose in my house. I'm not a huge animal lover, and so when I go to other people's homes, I don't like your dog touching me. I don't like your dog walking around sniffing, getting my knee wet by their nose. Like, I'm just not an animal person. that's okay. So I understand the way I am, and I completely understand the way like animal lovers are. So I answered the door with Lady in my arms so that she could see who it was so she wouldn't bark in her crate the whole time. You know, I invited the lady in and I went and put Lady in her crate. And the lady goes,
oh, poor little thing.
and I looked her dead in the eyes and I said, what do you mean by that? And then we stood there for a second making eye contact and she was like,
Oh, sorry, nothing. It was a joke.
and I was like, there's nothing wrong with putting her in her crate. It doesn't hurt her. She's fine. And it's the more respectful thing to do when we have company. And that's up to me because I'm the one that lives here. I'm the one that owns her. I said, and you're in my house.
Yeah, I didn't mean anything by that.
And I was like, okay. And so then we proceeded to do like the physical, and Lady she wasn't whining. She just went, I mean, I guess that's a whine, but like it literally was the tiniest little whine. She stopped what she was doing and was like,
Oh, poor baby.
and so I was like, I don't appreciate you making comments towards my dog. You're not here for my dog, you're here for my physical.
Yeah, okay, I'm just,
I was so irritated that she was making this fuss about Lady when Lady was perfectly fine. And if you don't believe in crate training your animals, that's fine. You don't have to. You get to choose what you do with your animal. Mine, she's crate trained. So if I leave, she is more than happy to be in her crate. Or if I have company that doesn't like dogs, she can be in her crate, and we're working on her not barking so much in her crate. She doesn't bark a lot, but like a little. So that's just kind of my little rant for the end of this vlog. And I know that a lot of you will not agree with me, but I know a lot of people do. It is a preference. I'm okay with however you do it. Don't make other people feel dumb or bad for the way that they do it. It's the same thing with kids, and that is why I don't talk about the way I raise my kids, like discipline my kids. I mean, I do a little bit, but like I don't really talk about how I discipline my kids. I don't talk about how we've trained Lady, because people just, you either will agree or you won't agree, or you're somewhere in between, and it's just not something I want to hear about. Which I opened this conversation up, so if you want to give me your opinion, that's fine, and that's fine. You can have your opinion, but yikes, I did not enjoy the lady coming. And so when she was like, I don't know, she's like weighing me, taking my blood, I'm like, this is uncomfortable. Anyway, okay, that's it. Thanks, bye.